little more on these rectifier boards. Dual rec, triple rec, 3-channel boards. This is a Rev C+, early revision. There was only one earlier, which was a Rev C, and this one came out short time after that, 2001. This one is later, probably 2006-ish. It's a Rev E, final revision. This was the last thing they did. There's a lot of mysticism around these boards and these amps in general, that the early ones sound different and are different. I'm here to say they're not, because I went through this board and completely checked it out with the schematic, and this is an early schematic. I'm sure it's the first one, because that's the only one that Mesa lets you see is early schematics. So this Rev E completely checks out with this schematic, part for part, and it also part for part checks out with this board, this Rev C+, the early one. The only differences between them is stuff like the way that the traces are routed, and little things like this relay orientation is the reverse of this relay orientation. You can see that little dentient is to the left, and on this one it's to the right. So they flipped that relay around and had to rewire the traces accordingly to make things simpler. Also, they updated this here, this little arrangement, which is part of the low voltage switching supply. Has nothing to do with the audio. And you can see here that this diode and this resistor, which is these same parts, they just moved them closer together and deleted some of the traces between. There's a few areas like that, mostly to do with the low voltage supply. Like here on this Rev C+, these two diodes that control this relay, they kind of had to finagle them in there, and on here they actually put a spot for those two diodes on this later revision. So the layout's nicer, but part-wise, no difference. These amps sound identical.